up, guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and let's recap and review Married to Medicine. This is season 10, episodes 14 and 15. So let's get into it. So before we get into it, we gonna get a little spicy and talk about a few updates. Honestly, just one update, really. So we all saw the back and forth between Heavenly and Sweet Tea, and that word got thrown out there, that P word, as it pertains to Sweet Tea's husband, Dr. Gregory. Well, Heavenly decided to apologize more officially on her channel. So I'm going to play that video for you guys.
Because of this reunion didn't go the way she wanted to. And it kind of went really bad for her. And to the point where some things that I can't even really talk about happened. So she's coming at me real hard. I'm telling you, one night I saw it, and when she said I wasn't respected in the medical, bitch, you ain't got shit to lose. She ain't got nothing to lose. So my whole thing is, if you coming for me that way, I'm coming for your man that way. Because if you lie on me, I'm gonna tell the truth about your man. You ain't got nothing to lose. You don't. You don't. So all this stuff I hear about Dr. G and all this, you might want to keep quiet. Dr. G, get your wife. I apologize for the P word, and I didn't mean to put it out there, but I took it back. I recant that. But the other stuff, y'all gonna leave me alone. Please leave me alone. I don't know how to play like this. If you coming for my profession, I don't like it. And I'm coming for your mans because there's a lot of stuff out there, allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly. But you don't want none of this because I don't think that Sweet Tea know. She don't. But I'm not gonna speak on her. But you better leave me alone, yeah, because there's so much out there, girl. Leave me alone. I swear to Jesus. Leave me alone. Because I don't know how to play. I don't know how to play with you. I don't. So leave me alone. I know the reunion didn't go for you. You need to be mad at your man. He the one disrespected you all over the place. They played it on the previews, but they ain't played all of it, girl. You need to go slap that man, okay? He done disrespected you. He looking at quiet. He fantasizing over Phaedra. Listen, the people felt very uncomfortable. Please don't come at me. Please don't come at me because I'm going to shut you down every time, okay? I'm not going to play with this little girl. First, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave her alone. It's beneath me. But you ain't gonna come saying negative stuff about me and my businesses and think I'm not gonna and lie on my husband and think I'm not gonna tell the truth on yours. So let it go. Let it go, please, Dr. G. Get your woman because it's gonna go really ugly, and I don't want the show to go bad. In fact, this is what I'm gonna do so it does not go bad. I ain't with her no more. I'm not talking about it. I said it before, but I'm not talking about it because she wants attention. It's Toya. I would say allegedly Toya sent her out there because she sent a tweet based on the finale, based on Toya. So I'm thinking it was her, but I'm going to just tell y'all, leave me alone. I don't know how to play fair. I want to apologize for putting that out there, that P word that I called Dr. G. But my whole thing is this, and I'm going to say.
So that was update on the drama with Heavenly and Sweet Tea and all of that good stuff. We then have a tweet from Heavenly on the 2nd where she pretty much lets it be known that she said this. She says, I hate to announce I will no longer review hashtag Married to Med on YouTube. They told on me. My man said I had to get off. However, Booskies can catch me at hashtag Dr. Heavenly on patreon.com. Hashtag they told on me. Hashtag well trained. Hashtag if there's a will, there's a way. Hashtag Dr. Heavenly University. Hashtag Team Daddy. So it looks like a lot of people who wanted Heavenly to get off YouTube can catch her on Patreon. So I guess a win is a win, the way some people sees it. And then we got some tweets from Quad. So Quad said this. She said, wow, she doesn't want to attach herself to the Titanic, in other words, sink, but I helped her anchor herself for the next 3 years on Married to Medicine. My, how soon we forget. So pretty much she's talking about Phaedra, and I guess this is Quad confirming that Phaedra will be on the show for the next 3 seasons because I guess she helped her get a deal. But I get her frustrations as it pertains to Phaedra. Then she went on to say, why would I resurface the clip of Jackie and Heavenly? Hell, I didn't even see the first I didn't see it the first time. I wouldn't do anything or hurt anyone or berate them on social media. I know what it feels like to be bullied and not given the chance to say your piece or be be heard. Hashtag married to med, hashtag Napa Valley. Mm, and I'm going to be honest. I feel two ways about that, and we'll talk about it more in the review. But I actually saw where they were coming from with them thinking maybe it was quad. And the reason why I say that is all of this, it's like it felt coincidental. And I think that's what they were trying to get at is like the clip resurfaced after Quad got kicked off, or they told Quad they didn't want her in Napa Valley, and it was like so many people were mad at the ladies. It did kind of feel like they wanted like it could look like that. And that's just me being honest. Like I tell y'all all the time at the end of my videos, be bravely authentic. And that's my authentic opinion. That like I could see them being like, oh, I bet you Quad did something. Because it was a lot of people online. And I think that's also what gets people in trouble with the introduction of social media with these shows is like it was a lot of people online talking about, ooh, look at that Quad voodoo. I bet you that's how like people were co-signing it in the name of like, ooh, Quad got them back. So it's like you got a bunch of people online being like, ooh, yeah, Quad did this. And it's like your main focus is like, oh, maybe she did do it. But if you really sat down and thought about it, a rational mind would have been like, no, either somebody that doesn't like Jackie brought that clip back because they were mad at Jackie speaking with Kamala Harris and they already felt like she didn't have great bedside manner. Or it could be a fan of Quads who just wanted to come back and get them back for what they did to her. And then Quad said this. She said, just insensitive. I would never use anyone's family hurt and pain as a source of entertainment. My family and I struggle on a daily. I'm heartbroken and disgusted. I can't believe production let this fly. Hashtag married to med. This, I feel like, is Quad being dramatic because you accuse somebody of doing cocaine like that couldn't have like messed up Mariah's family. And I don't even like Mariah like that. But you accused her, a mother, someone who worked with a pharmaceutical company. Like you could have really altered her family by accusing that lady of cocaine. You said that Toya was having an affair on her husband and that was retaliation for you saying that Toya brought up the whole sleeping with a contractor when no, it was actually your friend Heavenly who was talking to Anila who spreaded that rumor and Simone repeated it. But you ain't never give Heavenly that same smoke, but you gave it to Toya. You also said that maybe it was Toya and Eugene who cased Anila's house to get robbed, which could have had detrimental consequences for them as well. You know? So it's like, and then we're not gonna forget how you came to when they were having money issues. You came to Toya's house with a goodie bag, be of like I think was it weenies, and like ramen noodles, saying this is how y'all need to live to get back. Like you were playing in that lady's face. Y'all played in Lisa Nicole's face big time. Yeah, and I don't like Lisa Nicole, but y'all was playing in that. So it's just like y'all do this to each other. I think people, and I think that's why I'm annoyed by the reaction from people online is because it's Quad. All of a sudden, oh, these ladies are going so low and they're being so dark. When it's like, what have y'all been watching for the past 10 seasons? Married to Medicine has they've always kind of cut hard. We had Jackie revealing Buffy's medical history. That was messed up. We had Curtis cheating on Jackie in front of the world to see. We've had people being like, "We gonna throw your husband's infidelity in your face." Like, what are we talking about? It's just because it's Quad and she's the fan favorite. All of a sudden, oh, they doing her so dirty. Whatever, y'all. Ugh. And this could be because I'm sick and things irritate me a lot easier. But it's just like, I feel like people are putting 20 on 10 mainly because it's Quad. And then the last thing is Quad quote tweeted somebody who said this. I guess Quad just showed out for filming because, man, wasn't it my bad, y'all. She said, I guess Quad just showed out for filming because, man, wasn't it Quad with you and Jackie beating those Nashville streets in search of your father Who diminishes support in this day and time? You're saying not once, hashtag married to medicine, hashtag married to med. And then Quad said, the internet is undefeated. The facts are the facts. If this is not being a supportive friend, I don't know what is. And my thing is like, yes, Quad was supportive that season, but like Simone said on the reunion, name a time when you have helped me without a camera and a mic. You just proved that what she said, the only time that you've really been around was when there was a camera and a mic. Like I don't negate that Quad was being genuine in that moment, because I think she really was being genuine, but just having one genuine moment doesn't make up for all the other times when someone needed you and you weren't there. Like, that's just what it is. But episode 14, not much really happened on episode 14. They had the medical gala. Nobody's outfit was nice. Heavenly and Sweet Tea looked a mess. Like, I was like, I don't understand how we're in our, 30s, 50s, or 40s and you can't get you a good corset. Like, both of their outfits looked ugly because their boobs were spilling over. And I'm like, you could have why didn't you go a size up and then got it tailored? Like, it didn't make any sense. The outfit, both of their outfits looked tacky to me. Um, Quad showing up, everybody was surprised. I don't think anybody was running away from Quad. Toya, Toya left. Everybody online was like, "Ugh, Toya was running." Toya has told Quad to her face she don't like her, and we know Toya got hands, and Quad don't look like she can fight. And Toya gives very much that she would drag the floor with Quad. So I don't really think she's scared of Quad. I don't think Quad is scared of Toya. I think they politely paid each other dust and kept it pushing. Anila was there. I was surprised to see her, but I watched Carlos King's interview with Cecil and Eugene, and pretty much Eugene said that Anila and Kieran really apologized sincerely to them about the whole like accusing them of casing their house to get robbed and stuff like that. So they're like on way better terms. So she was there. Um Heavenly was tacky and Toya was tacky. Toya, you can't say that you're like, you can't be trying to perpetuate this like image of like, I'm a rich black woman. I play tennis. I do this. I do that. I want to keep up with the Joneses, and then yet not really contribute to an event, an actual charity event. Like, that defeats the purpose. It was hella tacky to have your poster when nobody else had their poster. It was like, girl, you doing a lot. And then I'm just kind of like, it's not like you were gifting wine. Like, like Lisa Barlow, from Salt Lake City. She has her, is it Vita Tequila? Whatever her brand is, her tequila brand. That's different if, like, she brought her tequila in the sense of, like, she's taking revenue out of her own pocket and giving it to people. Seems like you're getting free shipments of wine to help promote your wine club as well as promote other people's businesses. And it just was like, girl, I don't know. I just thought it was stupid. I thought Heavenly was hella tacky for calling Toya out. I thought Toya was tacky for yelling across the room and not really contributing and keeping her ugly poster up. I did think Eugene kind of overstepped when he grabbed Damon, because Damon was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I was like, yeah, you don't be grabbing on people. Not everybody like to be touched. But they squashed it. My thing about it is we know Damon ain't gonna check Heavenly. He lets Heavenly run amok, but Heavenly needs to learn when to reel it in, because you do come off tacky, you do come off unprofessional, and we know that it's a TV show, but it looked like there were a lot of other people there, and it was just kind of like, girl, there was no need for you to do that. In all honesty. All right, y'all. So let's move on to episode 15, which will be the first part of the reunion. So we're filming the reunion in New York, as always. And I already gave my thoughts about best dress and worst dress. If you want a more like detailed review, I have that on one of my The Drama videos. Um, Pretty much, I thought Alicia looked the best. She was my best dress. I just didn't like her hair. And who I thought was worst dressed was Sweet Tea. I thought she looked matronly, and the dress looked like it was a rush job. Um, but they pull up to New York. I thought it was a really nice touch that they had all their pictures, um, like their old, like all their old confessionals and their like cast photo pictures all throughout the studio. I thought that was a nice touch. Over the years, we see these pictures of Damon and Heavenly when they were a lot fatter, posted up everywhere. Like I think we only saw like three pictures, but Sweet Tea posted one on Heavenly's door. Then she posted one on like one of the pictures, and then I don't know where the other one was placed. But if you ask me, she looks stupid and lame. And I'm gonna be honest, my opinion about this whole entire reunion is definitely unpopular. One, I don't see Quad as a victim, and two, I'm not going up for Sweet Tea because I just feel like she just don't fit. We just gonna have to be honest. I'm just gonna be honest. And again, this is my opinion. I tell y'all this all the time to be bravely authentic. And I feel as though I'm not about to sit here and lie just because everybody else is on the I hate Simone train right now and I'm not. But if you have a different opinion than me, that's fine. And if you don't want to listen to my opinion, that's also fine. You can click off. It's cool. But I'm gonna say what I want to say. Um, I just think Sweet Tea is lame. Like this whole, it just felt delayed. And when I say delayed, I'm not meaning like mental capacity. It's just like the actual action just felt childish and delayed. Like it was just kind of like, this all you got? Like you're telling Andy that she's been coming at you real hard. You're telling Alicia that you gonna really, you got things to say and you ready for Heavenly, and this is how you start off. Like this was weak. Mainly because the picture that you use, it's not like Heavenly doesn't have that, like we haven't seen that picture before. It would have hit totally different if you had a different picture, or if you had the same picture and then chose to like blow it up and make it bigger and like bring it in the way Mariah had her picture on her door. You could have did the same thing, but like you gave us this and it felt very half-ass and felt like you waited to the last minute and then this is what you came up with. Because let's be 100, like, girl, this is lame. Like, and then the statements on the pictures didn't make sense. You had, you is kind, you is smart. The quote or from The Help by Viola Davis. Then you had, this is a frying pan freeze zone, because we know, I guess Sweet Tea said Heavenly told her that she hit Damon with a frying pan. And then she had I love my lukewarm man on one of the pictures. And I'm like, none of these, they not hitting. And then when she posted one of the pictures on the door and the way she like ran away, it really felt like a child that got caught, like, you know, being up past their bedtime and now they're rushing to get back in bed. Like it just didn't work. And so I was just like, this is lame. And I was like, if this is going to be your performance for the reunion, girl, you could have kept this. So they get on the stage and, you know, they do the whole pleasantries. They have this thing called Throwback, Married to Medicine Throwback, where they're showing old clips from previous seasons. One of the clips was when Simone and Toya got into it at the Halloween party. I actually liked Simone's outfit with the golf ball to the head. And then the last one was I think it was Jackie and Heavenly going back and forth at the reunion. And that was one of my favorite reunion sets. Like it was like it reminds me of like Alice in Wonderland and like a garden party at like at the Mad Hatter's tea party. It was really cool. And so, and I think both clips were based in like 2014 or from 2014 or 15. So they're on stage. We already know the seating arrangement. It's Andy in the middle, and then you have Simone, Toya, and Sweet Tea on the left hand side, and then on the right hand side, it's Jackie, Heavenly, Phaedra, and then Quad. So They start asking. The first segment they do is about Phaedra. I don't really care about Phaedra and Greg. I felt like they spent too much time on trying to decipher whether Phaedra was telling the truth about not dating Greg or whether Greg was telling the truth about Phaedra asking for 4K. Either way, like Phaedra said, she not married to the man. You two married him, i.e., Quad and Letitia. So it's just kind of like, why we harping on this? Sweet Tea said, well, Gregory said y'all kissed. Okay, Ann, you married the man. I don't know. I felt like it was a stupid part of the segment that just we didn't need to rehash, you know? They then bring up some of the shady things Phaedra has done. And the one thing I really want to talk about is Sweet Tea having all this energy for Heavenly, but she has yet to give Phaedra the same work. When I'm like, Phaedra played in your face. Like legitimately played in your face, bro. Like she brung Quad to your bachelorette party and your sister didn't move, your best friend didn't move, your I don't know if you had cousins there, but I'm telling y'all, if that was my family, furniture would have got rearranged. Like everybody would have like I got some cousins who would have just like would have been ready to box both Phaedra and Quad. And I have other cousins that would have cussed them out so badly they would have wanted to fight her or them. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like you have this much. I don't get it. Like you have this much energy and this much heat for Heavenly. And I'm not saying that it's not deserved because Heavenly has been on Sweet Tea's neck, but it's like you don't have that same energy for Phaedra, and that's weird to me. It really is. It's weird to me. So the conversation continues, and they're all talking about like the shady things Phaedra has done, the whole bringing Quad to the bachelorette party. Then they talk about that dress that she convinced Heavenly to wear at Damon's event that was too small. That was basically Phaedra's reunion dress, not reunion, just her confessional dress, just cut up differently. And then they settled on Phaedra and Quad's relationship. They talk about Phaedra going to Napa Valley without Quad and saying how she didn't want to fly on the plane with her. That's why she changed her flight. And then they start going back and forth. And basically, what it boils down to is that Phaedra didn't like how things ended or how things went at the funeral event. Like she felt like Quad didn't take accountability and she also wasn't trying to really move forward with the ladies. So she just really didn't like what she saw out of Quad. And so she also realized that maybe Quad isn't going to be able to mend things with the ladies. So she decided that she didn't want to hitch herself to the sinking ship, the Titanic, aka Quad. And so she lied to Quad and told Quad that I think Quad said that she was calling Phaedra to see where she was at. And Phaedra said she was at a pharmacy. And then when Phaedra got to Napa, Phaedra gonna lie and say that like she decided to come a little, I think she said she decided to come a little bit earlier because she needed to she wanted to take care of her kid. Like she wanted to take her son to school, one of her sons to school, because it was his birthday. Basically, she knew she was wrong. Because my thing is, why are you like if you don't have to lie if you know what you're doing isn't wrong. Like she knew what she did was wrong, and so she was lying. And so pretty much Heavenly chimes in and basically says that um the situation with Phaedra and Quad kind of went left because of the funeral thing, but also because I guess Heavenly had told Phaedra all the things that Quad had said about her. And basically what happened was Quad was upset with Phaedra that Phaedra was upset with her about the whole funeral thing, and she had called Heavenly to like vent about her feelings, and then it became kind of like a Phaedra bashing session, it seems, where they were talking trash. And even Heavenly said, no, I was saying I was saying stuff. And she said, I don't remember what I said, but I know I was going in. And then Quad said, Heavenly said that if Phaedra doesn't like what we doing over here, she don't gotta be here. And Simone was like, what's wrong with that? Because that's true. If she don't like what we doing over here, she ain't got to be here. she can get her stuff and leave. So I think Andy asked them, like, do you think you and guys can be friends or move forward again? And Quad is like, yeah, sure. And Phaedra is like, I'm cool with moving forward, but I need to know if I don't do something you like, you're not going to talk disparagingly about me. And Quad is like, I never did that. And then you have Simone asking Heavenly, like, did she like, were y'all bashing her? And Heavenly was like, yeah, we were. So it's also, it seems like two things. Maybe Quad really felt like what she was saying about Phaedra wasn't bashing her, but maybe it really was. I don't know. I just feel like a lot of things when I was listening to the reunion felt like all roads led back to Heavenly. Like even with the whole Jackie situation where Quad didn't reach out to Jackie. Like Heavenly told her not to. Then she's the one bringing up that she thought Quad did this, and like nobody else really co-signed that they believed the same thing. They were just letting Heavenly speak, but it was just kind of like a lot of things lead back to Heavenly. But they kind of ended that segment right there. So the next segment they have is with Toya, and they're basically talking about her wine club and her progression on the show. And then we get a little bit more backstory about Toya, about how she came from humble beginnings. Um, the first time she knew she wanted to live that rich black lady lifestyle or keep up with the Joneses was when she was in middle school. Her family moved from, I guess, the city of Detroit to like a suburban area in Michigan, and she was like that she used to get teased all the time. She brings up this brand that I guess comes from Payless. I don't remember the name of the brand, but basically like everyone was clowning her about her shoes, and she was like ever since then she kind of started living for other people's expectations. And the thing is, like, you still kind of are doing that in a sense because it never seems like Toya is fully satisfied with the things that she's doing. And maybe if she had, well, sometimes other people's expectations, if you don't sit down and really try to figure out if they're really yours, you start to believe that they are your own expectations. Because she ends up saying, like, what's wrong with me having high expectations? There's nothing wrong with having high expectations, but are they expectations that are reasonable, that you can actually achieve? Or are they expectations that you're setting for yourself based off of others' approval and validation? They then start talking about the $1,000 versus the wine. And like everybody pretty much said, it was tacky. It was tacky, bro. Like, honestly, you can't, like I said in the previous part in episode 14, you can't want to act like you got all this money or want to live this rich lifestyle and stuff. And then when it's time to put money up, you giving us wine. And honestly, let's be honest, if the wine ain't good, then you wasted my time. And not everybody is a wine drinker. Like some people love a cute little cocktail, or just get them a little shot of bourbon or some whiskey, and they're fine. Or maybe just give them some tea and some lemonade. But you bringing wine like that was such a big deal. It's crazy to me when I bet you 9 times out of 10 at the event they either had like an open bar or a cash bar, or like everybody's meal you could probably order something with wine. So then Heavenly and Toya, because I think Andy asks, like, do you think you were wrong for what you said, Heavenly? And Heavenly was like, um, she said, yeah, it was wrong. Like it was the wrong place or time to do it. And then they asked Jackie what she thought, and she was like, yeah, it was the timing. Either way, like, yeah, y'all can be mad at Toya because she didn't contribute, but y'all know who Toya is. Y'all knew what it was before y'all even did the gala, because y'all were having conversations before then, prepping yourselves about it. It didn't need to happen the way it happened at the gala. Heavenly wanted to make a moment. She made a moment, but in return, it made her look bad, and it made Toya look bad as well. So the Jackie segment, it got emotional. Everybody, the whole purpose of this segment was to talk about the whole 3-year-old video from April 2020 about the comments Jackie made about, black women sometimes complaining and crying wolf and all of that stuff. And Jackie got visibly emotional, and she was just like, it was hard for me to see all the things that I work for and I advocate for, and basically the image and the business that she built being torn down based off of her own words. And then she said Phaedra was the first one to reach out to her because Phaedra knows what it's like to be canceled. Simone came to her house every day. Heavenly was sending gifts to make sure she was all right. The only person that really didn't reach out to her was Quad. Even Toya called to give advice and make sure Jackie was okay. Quad ends up saying that she sent a Christmas text, and it was like a group text with Jackie, Simone, and Heavenly on it, where she said she was pretty much praying for Jackie. And Jackie kind of was like, yeah, okay, girl. And then Jackie just wanted to reiterate that she really, truly cares about her patients, and that she just she was just heartbroken by what happened. And I my thing about it is, like, I can understand people wanted Jackie to be held accountable for her comments. Like, even though they were made 3 years ago, they were definitely ignorant, and they were wrong. They were wrong to say. And she didn't do the best job coming out and speaking about it the first time. And then a lot of people didn't even like her second apology, which I thought was pretty much okay. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of people didn't want Jackie to be held accountable on the reunion. A lot of people just wanted the lady like Jackie to be reprimanded and to be dogpiled on. Now, I'm saying this in the sense of, like, I know patients came out saying that Dr. Jackie's bedside manner isn't the best, and they have a valid complaint and they have a right to speak about where they felt that they were mistreated. But I also saw fans who just wanted to, like, dog pile on Dr. Jackie and really eat her up and watch that lady burn. Where it was like, you don't really want accountability. You just want to run her name through the mud. And then that's when it, like, I feel like it defeats the purpose of us having a real conversation. Because people were mad because they were like, well, they really didn't have a conversation. Why would y'all think that they were going to have a real conversation? She's on a stage full of her friends, people that she just told you came to reached out to her, were at her house every single day, were sending her care packages to make sure she was okay and taking care of herself. Why would her friends dogpile on her? And then on top of that, why would you think that Andy, a rich gay white man, would be able to have a conversation about mortality rate as it pertains to black women? Now, if this is a segment that people wanted, just like with the colorism conversation, there needed to be an expert or somebody that could have this conversation and facilitate it where it wasn't going to get messy and people weren't going to be defensive. But for what it was, I was fine with it because I didn't expect much from it. So they start talking about the issues between Toya and Quad. And pretty much we know it's been bad blood between Toya and Quad since season 1. And they get on, Quad actually sincerely apologizes, which I was actually surprised. I was. And a lot of people were mad about her apologizing, especially the Quad fans. But I'm like, that's the issue. Y'all don't be wanting to hold that lady accountable. You cannot say that that Toya smashed somebody in the neighborhood that she does not live in, that she said she never lived in, on top of saying that she tried to rob, like, her and Eugene cased their neighbor's house to get robbed. And Quad had to take accountability that Toya didn't even say anything about the contractor. It was Simone that repeated what Heavenly said to Anila. Like, she has to take accountability for that. Like, and I was glad that Quad said, I didn't like it done to me and I did it to someone else. So I was wrong for that, because she was. Then, and Toya was like, I'll accept that, but I'm going to tread it lightly because it seems mighty convenient that you apologizing now. now that we here right now at this reunion. And then they start talking about Napa, because she was like, why wouldn't you come to Napa with this energy? Like, you basically were being fake. Like, on camera you're saying I love you and like I'm proud of you and all of this stuff, but when the cameras are off, when it was me, Simone, and Sweet Tea sitting around, you over here talking about you only here for a check. So what is it? And so then Quad gets frustrated and she's like, I said that because you don't like me. And Toya was like, why did you come then? If you know I don't like you or you didn't feel welcome, why did you come? And she was like, because I told them to bring you. And Quad had to like eat her words, because when they did the flashback, legit, they said like you could come. Like Toya was like, yeah, I'm cool with her coming. Like, for we're not supposed to tear the friend group apart. So it's like if Quad would have came with better energy, she might have been met with a different type of like, I don't know, response from these people. Cuz I think the issue I have with people is y'all be wanting people to not have an ego, but then when they get held accountable because you don't like the person that's holding them accountable, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, they don't need to apologize. They don't need to have humility. They don't need to have tact. And then it's like, then they turn into somebody you don't like because no one's like checking them. Like, unchecked power corrupts all. So I was just like, what are y'all talking? Because Twitter had like, I promise you, if I wasn't sick, I wouldn't be that annoyed. I wouldn't be annoyed, but it's just kind of like y'all don't make sense sometimes. Y'all really don't online. And so, I was still surprised that Quad apologized, but I think it was a good apology because it did seem very sincere. They then start talking about the funeral thing again, and pretty much what it boils down to is don't nobody call each other. It seems like the ladies used to reach out to Quad. Quad didn't call them back, so eventually they just stopped doing it. They then start talking about how Quad supposedly needed permission to call Jackie. And what it was is Quad contacted Heavenly because she wanted to know how Jackie was doing. Then Heavenly ends up saying that she thought Quad was the one that did the resurface it, like, reposted the video. And Quad was like, seriously? So Quad was like, I wanted to talk to Jackie to let her know I would never do something like that. And I don't think Quad would, but like I said in the spicy corner, like, because of all the stuff that was happening at one time, I would have had that thought. Now, would I've had sat on it and really been like, I bet you it was Quad, like really would have went with it? No, but when you feel like everybody is attacking you on all fronts and sizes, your mind can go to a dark place. It can. I mean, was Quad the first person I thought about when the video popped up? No, but I definitely felt like maybe one of her like fans brought it back up because people were very angry about Quad being ousted off the Napa Valley trip. You know what I mean? And so I was like, that's what I thought. I didn't think Quad would put anybody up to it. And so Quad's feelings were hurt because she was like, I would never do nothing like that. So she wanted to call Jackie. So she called Heavenly, but Heavenly told her, don't call Jackie. And like I said, all roads seem to be leading back to Heavenly. Like, everyone's mad at Simone right now, but what y'all need to be peeping is Heavenly, because I'm just kind of like, first you're telling her, you're telling Phaedra what Quad is saying. Then now you're telling her not to speak to Jackie when she wants to speak to Jackie. You're also putting it in everybody's mind that Quad is the one that put the video out there. Like, y'all don't see that? So Quad pretty much was like, no, that's not me. And that she was like, Heavenly told me not to call, so I didn't call. I sent the text during Christmas. So then Andy is like, so none of y'all really be calling each other like that. And Simone is angry. Like, Simone is very angry at Quad. A lot of people say it is jealousy, and I don't think that's jealousy. I think it's real life, like, hurt. Like, I think Simone feels like she has extended herself to Quad, like really tried to be there for Quad, and Quad doesn't give her it back. Or if it is given back, it's like with stipulations. And I guess maybe that hurts her feelings, because this is what got people pissed at Simone, where I wasn't mad at Simone. Because when I watched the clip, I was like, she's making a point. Now, do I think she needed to rehash and explain what happened to the child? No, but the point still remains. Like, I reached out to you when we weren't even speaking to each other to make sure you were okay. Like, that is what a friend is. is. You don't do that for other people unless there's a camera or a mic involved, Quad. And I don't get why people can't see that. People calling to cancel Simone, and I'm like, what are you canceling her for? Because she brought that up. And then a lot of people are like, she weaponized. That is not a fact. Can If a fact can be weaponized against you, that's on you. The fact still remains that unfortunately the child is no longer here, and that Simone did reach out to Quad to make sure she's okay, to make sure she's all right. That's a fact. What is so bad about her mentioning that? Now, I get people are saying, well, Quad said, stop it, stop it. She could have stopped. She could have stopped and she didn't. And in that regard, I say, yes, she's wrong for that. But for her to bring that up, I don't think she was wrong for that, because I don't think she was weaponizing against Quad. I think she was legitimately saying, like, we show up for each other during tragic events. We did it for Jackie with everybody coming at her. I did it for you with your situation. You don't do that for other people. And so I don't understand why people feel as though Simone weaponized that against Quad. Because to me, weaponization would have been like taking a dig at her by way of the tragedy of this child being gone. In the sense of like, what if, like how Simone said, we don't get invited to Quad's house. And Simone could have been like, and we see why, because people, pass away there. That to me would have been weaponization and very uncalled for. But what she said was pretty much a fact. Like I just said, when bad things happen to us, even if we're not speaking, I reach out to all of y'all. You don't do the same. It's like, it's an example. But that's just how I feel. If you feel differently, that's okay. But yeah, y'all, that is it. That is all. Remember to be bravely authentic, and definitely hop down in the comments below and give me